It's Dakota Ray here, and I just wanted to talk about Country Jam 2013. What a country jam it was this year. Tons of fun, lots of great talent. It was super fabulous, hot as ever, of course. Tons of fun, tons of music, great friends, great memories, and definitely a year in country music that I will never forget. It was one that was so much fun to be a part of. We had our stage announcer, Jim Murphy, that was here, and he is one of the most famous broadcasters there is out there. He actually was the director that started up the cable television network Great American Country, GAC, which he then rose to the VIP for the programming and was instrumental in bringing the Grand Ole Opry telecast to the GAC in 2003, which is truly remarkable and pretty incredible. We had special guest on Friday night, Jeremy Robinson, and he is one funny dude. He has a big personality, a big heart. He's a huge teddy bear, and his personality is not just in the radio, but it is him in real life, and he was so much fun to get to meet and get to see how he enjoys doing radio and being a part of something that he loves. The country club was definitely a success this year. Love the white tent this year. It was so much cooler, definitely wasn't dying as much, and it was awesome. It felt really good this year to be in there. Definitely tons of fun, staying out of the heat, always a good time. Something that I thought was super awesome was we had a social media hotspot. And what you guys might not know is Facebook and YouTube and Twitter is such a big part of our networking and getting our names out there and being heard, and it's such a huge thing that Country Jam decided to actually have a tent this year in honor of social media. And you could go there, they had complimentary computers, they had a place to charge your cell phone if it died, which there's definitely not too many places out there that do that. So for those of us that love our phones like I do, that was a huge thing to be able to get to do. But it was super cool. They used Facebook and Twitter and Pinterest. They had contests going on to win Skybox seats and VIPs for not only Country Jam but Rock Jam as well. And it was really cool to get to be a part of everything and use Instagram to tag yourself and to tag Country Jam and just to be a part of it. And it was really awesome. We had a great lineup this year. We had Rascal Flatts, Slow Cash Cowboy, Sawyer Brown, definitely always a pleasure to see. We had Miranda Lambert and Lee Brice, and it was tons and tons of fun. Uncle Kracker, and special appearance by Kid Rock. And I wasn't too sure if I thought Kid Rock would be country, but he definitely put on one heck of a show, and he was a lot of fun to see. My favorite was probably Montgomery Gentry. They were so much fun. Eddie Montgomery can just twirl his microphone around on stage like it's nobody's business, and he was so much fun to watch. They smelled great when we got to meet them in the meet and greets, but they were awesome. They were tons of fun. I grew up listening to their music, and just I loved hearing their old stuff mixed with their new stuff, and it was so much fun to be a part of. This year we also had the Country Spotlight Showdown, and this was the third year that they were allowing the winner to open up for Country Jam. And it was a great competition, lots of great artists, and I actually have a up-and-coming country artist that auditioned this year, Dusty Jensen, and he absolutely had so much fun auditioning for it. And Dusty Jensen is here with us, and I want to know what inspired you to audition for the Country Spotlight this year.
Well, like a lot of people know, there's not a whole lot of opportunity to get yourself out there on the Western Slope. Seems these days you have to live in Tennessee in order to get anything going for yourself, but I figured that'd be a good way to get my name out there and get some publicity and just have a good time doing it.
You also were the first one that was called up the day that you went to audition. How nerve-wracking was that? Were you prepared at all?
I was a little caught off guard. I wasn't expecting to be called first, but I just did what I had to do. Unfortunately, in things like that, there's always somebody that has to go first, and I just happened to be one of them.
Well, you definitely rocked it for going first. I mean, I think that I would not have been ready if I had to go first. So that was definitely pretty remarkable. I know one of your big inspirations is Colin Ray, and you got to actually see Colin Ray and meet Colin Ray last year at Country Jam 2012. How was that? What kind of experience was that for you to meet someone that you looked up to and admired so much?
Oh, it's kind of unreal. I mean, I don't really consider myself to be a person that's awe or starstruck by people, but I'll admit it kind of took my breath away at first when I got to shake his hand because, in all reality, when you stop and think back about the music that you very first heard, I can honestly say that Colin Ray was one of the very first musical numbers I actually remember hearing as a small child. So, kind of took me back, and I felt a little like a 14-year-old girl for a minute.
I'm pretty sure we all kind of went back to our 14-year-old girl self. I definitely know I was pretty starstruck when I got to meet him. It was a very awesome experience. So, but 2013, you're at Country Jam. Who were you most excited to see? Was there anybody in particular that you were super stoked to see? Anybody that you were kind of surprised?
Um, well, I was really looking forward to Montgomery Gentry, of course. Um, I was curious to see what Kid Rock was going to bring to it. I am a Kid Rock fan, but there was also a lot of controversy over whether or not he was country enough to be at Country Jam. I know I've been to performances in the past that haven't quite been considered in the country genre, and I've enjoyed them. And I was actually pleasantly surprised by his performance. It was he brought down the house, and it was a whole lot of fun to watch.
Well, that it definitely was. Kid Rock was definitely something that was a great, tasteful appearance to have at Country Jam this year. It definitely kind of sparked it up and gave Country Jam a new twist. Um, Randy Houser was there. We definitely enjoyed his performance. What did you think about seeing Sawyer Brown? Have you seen them at Country Jam before, or was this your first time?
This is actually the first time I'd seen them. Uh, definitely, definitely get a different picture in your head when you're listening to them on the radio. But he brought the house down as well. Um, I love older country music. It really takes me back, kind of to when I started listening to country music. And again, Sawyer Brown is just another one of those great bands that kind of helped to get me into the kind of music I love and enjoy singing.
Now, Black Hawk. I know that your dad is a huge fan of Black Hawk. They've been in the business for 20 years. They actually announced that they're coming out with a 20-year album of collections. How was it for you to see Black Hawk and see someone not only that you admired, but that your dad's been listening to forever? Was that something that was unreal and kind of awestruck?
Yeah. At the same time, I love to. I actually was in the country club tent during their interview, and I love to sit down and listen to him and Waylon just talk about the business and the industry and everything that's part of that. And I thought it was neat that Waylon and his band back in the day opened up for Black Hawk. So it's just a lot of fun. And there's a lot of great new country music out there, but you can never beat the old stuff. So
Exactly. I definitely agree. I mean, I love the new stuff that's coming out. I love the modern twist, but it's definitely going back to your old roots is something that I truly and thoroughly enjoy. It was an absolute pleasure to have you out talking with me, Dusty. If you had any advice to give people that want to get in the business and what to sing, what would you give them as your number one advice?
Just be true to yourself, and don't let other people's expectations of what they think you should be or should do determine where you want to go and what you want to do. And just have fun, and you'll never work another day the rest of your life.
That is very true. Great words from a great person. Well, that's all the time that we have. I definitely enjoyed talking about Country Jam this year. I am super, super stoked for Country Jam 2014, and I can't wait to talk back with you guys and hear more about what's going on in the country music industry. But I'm Dakota Ray, and it was nice talking to you all, and I hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast.